SCP-701. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-701, The Hanged King's Tragedy, is a Caroline-era revenge tragedy in 5 acts. Performances of the play are associated with sudden psychotic and suicidal behavior among both observers and participants, as well as the manifestation of a mysterious figure, classified as SCP-701-1. Historical estimates place the number of lives claimed by the play at between and over the past 300 years. Performances of the Hanged King's Tragedy do not always end with an outbreak. Of the recorded performances, only have ended in SCP-701 events. According to historical records and the investigations, these outbreaks generally follow the same pattern, 1 to 2 weeks prior to the event. During the dress rehearsal period, cast members will begin to spontaneously deviate from the published text of the play. Rather than improvisation or gaffes associated with going off script, said deviations will be both orderly and consistent, as if the actors were working off a new version of the script. The cast and production crew will seem unaware of any change and, if it is brought up to their attention, will state that the play has run that way from the beginning, 2 to 3 hours prior to the event. The outbreak generally occurs during opening night, or else at the production with the greatest planned attendance, 1 to 2 hours before the event. SCP-701 begins to appear on stage in final scene of Act 1, generally in the background or to the side of the main action. It may seem to enter or exit the stage area, but it does not appear to ever enter the backstage or offstage area. It simply disappears when not on stage. The cast does not appear to notice or comment on SCP-701-1, at least at first. The event. SCP-701-1 appears fully on stage during the banquet scene in Act 5. Here it will be incorporated into the action of the play as the Hanged King. The cast will either murder each other or commit suicide, sometimes using items that seem to appear spontaneously on stage. Rioting breaks out in the audience, with viewers randomly attacking anyone in front of them, regardless of prior relationship. Following the event. If any of the audience members survive the initial outbreak, they may exit the performance space, in which case they will continue to engage in random or opportunistic violence. Victims will generally require sedation or restraint in this scenario. Normal personality will begin to return roughly 24 hours after the event. Surviving victims will generally exhibit signs consistent with their traumatic experience. Some will have no recollection of the event. Others may be rendered permanently comatose or psychotic. In short, SCP-701 is a self-evolving mimetic virus, transmitted through unknown means through the text of the play. Foundation agents are under standing orders to suppress any performance or publication of SCP-701 whenever found or detected, despite our best efforts to the contrary. However, the play remains freely available online, sometimes under different titles. All attempts to detect or isolate the origin of these copies have failed. Suppression of the play's publication has generally not been successful, with most copies of a 1971 scholarly edition destroyed before distribution. Nonetheless, copies of 1965 trade paperback turn up with some regularity in both college and high school libraries. Agents are to obtain or otherwise destroy these items whenever possible. Special containment procedures. All materials relating to SCP-701 are to be kept in a triple lock archive at storage site. These items currently consist of the 2 currently existing copies of the 1640 Quarto, 27 copies of the 1965 trade paperback edition, 10 copies of the 1971 hardcover printing, 21 floppy diskettes, 1 SVHS video cassette tape, and 1 steel knife of unknown origin. At no time are any of these items to be removed from the room. Access to the area is heavily monitored. Absolutely no personnel whatsoever is to be granted access to the archive without express in-person permission. Well guys, that was SCP-701, a play, or a play script that somehow causes some sort of, outbreak or craze sort of event, I guess. But also manages to make a figure appear that, in the image for it, looks kind of cool actually, not gonna lie. But anyway, interesting nonetheless. It's dangerous, but it's not world-ending like some of the others that we've read here, but it's very interesting nonetheless. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. If you liked it, leave a like. If you dislike it, dislike it. Subscribe to support this channel, and if you do, hit the bell to get notified. You can join my Discord, it's free to do so in the link in the description below. And you can also share this video around to give your friends a scare. But as always, thank you so much for watching.
If I could take you up in paradise.